Hello and welcome to Mad About Sports for yet another live stream. And here we are to talk about what has happened in the first weekend of IPL. A lot has happened, a lot of dramas, a lot of news, some exciting last ball thrillers as well. We saw everything in the first week, just a curtain raiser for what is awaited in the second week, third week, and whatever is yet to come. So they already put us in the, you can say, the knife edge. The IPL has always never tend to disappoint us and put us in a knife edge once again. Guys, if you're newly joining here, do not forget to check out our Google form and the lead form to check out if you are interested in cricket analytics course with us. So fill in the Google form and then our team will get in touch with you. And this could be a dream start to your cricketing career, a lucrative cricketing career. If you're into analytics, if you're into data, and if you want to make a career out of it, check out about the courses with Mad About Sports and fill out the Google form so that we can help you out to build a career. I have Sandeepani joining us for the first time. Sandeepani himself is a cricket analyst. He's been into data. He is one of the Mad About Sports alumni as well. He's been working with multiple companies when it comes to cricketing knowledge and where he shares about his cricketing insights, data. So we'll have the best of information from Sandeepani when it comes to talking about him. And as Antariksh, Sandeepan is also a KKR fan, so it's always funny that we only get KKR fans here talking about their perspective. But nonetheless, we'll get to Sandeepani and his take on KKR. But Sandeepani, what an exciting weekend for cricket, right? RCB SK game was where it all kick-started. You can say that game wasn't that exciting, but other than that, every other game from there on just put us in that knife edge, like at last ball, especially the KKR game as well.
Exactly, and I think you couldn't have asked for anything better from the first weekend of the IPL. It's a mega tournament, and everybody is in high anticipation of it. Right after it ends, say from June, we wait for the next IPL's arrival, and I think this hasn't disappointed so far. Even the first game as well, like you said, it wasn't as exciting as some of the other games, but we still went into the last over with we almost went into the last over. There was some ploys that RCB did not do well. We'll talk about it in detail later. But I think from a cricketing fan perspective, whatever you could have asked from, you have gotten it in the first weekend of the IPL.
I agree. I agree with you. I think we will have to talk about some big moments. I think we'll go with yesterday's game. I think that's still in everybody's memories, and everybody wants to talk about it because it's still trending. GT versus MI, right? Because that was the game which everybody wanted to see because of all the hype around off-field things which had happened with Hardik Pandya and Gujarat Titans and Mumbai Indians, Rohit Sharma. Everybody were involved in this. And for Hardik Pandya's homecoming, the crowd booing him, it was no better stage for him to come back into an 80,000 filled Narendra Modi Stadium, crowd booing him. Everything would have gone as per plan, and Hardik Pandya could have been a villain yesterday by winning it for the Mumbai Indians, but it just did not happen. Shubman Gill on his captaincy debut pulled out a dream match, a very Gujarat Titan-like thing to do, right? They've been here multiple times and they keep doing this. I don't know what it is. It's not the team. At this point, I don't believe it's the individuals. It's the team that has the belief that they can win from anywhere.
Exactly, and I think if you talk about the team, I think I was very. The team was very averageish, to put it in simple terms, because some of the decisions that they made were really surprising in terms of the overseas pick. You
Yeah.
would probably not expect Spencer Johnson, but it came from both the teams, right? Because Mumbai Indians, you would never imagine Luke Wood and Coetze was a given starter, but Luke Wood was a surprise. Then you had Mumbai Indians went with only three overseas options,
Yeah.
a thing that you could have expected because they have some great Indian talents. I think Mumbai Indians, when you talk about Indian talents, they have the best Indian bunch playing for them. So you could imagine that if any team would have played three overseas players and had and opt foreigner or an overseas player for a impact player, it would have been Mumbai Indians, and they did that. Devil Brevis coming in, contributing with the bat, another surprise impact player for me, because I felt that they could have gone with a different sort of a team combination. Then there was surprises in the form of Shams Mulani as well, Dheer as well. So I mean a lot of surprises in terms of the team selection, both in terms of Gujarat Titans and Mumbai Indians. We'll start with the Gujarat Titans, like you mentioned. I don't know how they managed to pull it. At this point, you have to just bow down to, I think, Ashish Nehra, because him with the paper jumping around, dancing around in the boundary lines, boundary ropes. I think that is having some sort of an impact. I think the coaching, the management is very strong in terms of Gujarat Titans. When you talk about Gujarat Titans, they make the best out of any player. It's from whatever we have seen in the first 3 years, it's turning out to be another CSK.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, it's a good point that you mentioned. It's just the team environment which matters, and they did not have the best of lineup in my opinion as well. But I expected Spencer Johnson to play, but I was a little surprised with Vijay Shankar's inclusion when there was already a Shah Rukh Khan. And Vijay Shankar batting at number six was very surprising for me because if you're having Vijay Shankar, you should be batting in top three or four. Other than that, if you're having him, you're pretty much calling for trouble by putting him in that team, and it just did not work well for them in my opinion. And he could have that could have backfired. And when you talk about Mumbai Indians. Do you reckon there was a need to bring in that fourth overseas in Devol Brewers? I mean, I know he played a 46 run knock, but at a strike at a 120, consuming a lot of dot balls there, not able to strike the spinners, especially Sai Kishore troubled him. I mean, you can say he did not take his wicket, but troubled him in sense, logged him, and that really put pressure on Rohit. That really put pressure on the coming batters as well. Why didn't they go in with someone like a Nehal Vadera or a Vishnu Vinod, who are like better players for spin at that stage?
Yeah, that is a definite criticism that you can throw their way. But I think Namandhir coming in at number 3 was a good call, was a brilliant call. And if we got to see what he can do. And going forward, if Ishan Kishan continues to stumble, or he's not able to perform for them, I think it wouldn't be a bad option to get in Namandhir to open with Rohit Sharma as well. And
So
then you
who
can have
keeps
a
wickets
Vishnu
for
Vinod.
them? Or Vishnu
Vishnu
Vinod
Vinod will come in
at
and
number
keep
four?
wickets for
Yeah,
them. And you also
but
have
I
the
don't
likes
see
of
that
Nehal
happening.
Vedera. Obviously, we don't see that happening from a player that has probably received 15, 16 crores from Mumbai Indians. So I think they'll back their players, and Ishan Kishan will definitely get plenty of opportunities for him to contribute in 2 or 3 games in the
Absolutely.
future. But if you talk about from a talent perspective, I think Mumbai Indians are completely stacked. It was a disappointment to see Akash Madhwal not play. It was a disappointment to see Nehal Vadera not feature, and also the likes of Kumar Kartikeya. But that happens. I knew they are going to show faith in the likes of Piyush Chawla after the performance that he had in the last season. And talking about faith, I think that is what Gujarat Titans did in terms of Vijay Shankar as well. They had better options in the likes of Shah Rukh Khan or Avinav Manohar, but they decided to put their faith because Vijay Shankar was spectacular in the last season, and it's
Yeah.
a team World Cup year. And when it's a World Cup year, players like Vijay Shankar, Dinesh Karthik, they step up and play wonders.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I mean, this is one of those years, right? It's weird. It's very weird, but it always comes down to these factors. But yeah, just talking about that game as well, I think we've got a comment. Yeah, 31st March Fantasy Workshop. Can I receive recorded video if I am able to join the workshop? Yes, Deepak, we will get in touch with you. You can just contact us, as I mentioned, just contact us on our mail IDs, or we can contact us on our Google form as well. We will be answering all your queries and questions as well on that, as I would not be taking on questions regarding straight away from the fantasy, or regarding workshops, or regarding what will be happening when it comes to certain decisions regarding videos, sending out videos for you. So yeah, we will just contact us right after the stream. We will get in touch with you, and we'll explain you how to go about it. That's all, Deepak. Thank you for commenting that. I hope you have a good day. But coming back to the Mumbai Indians as well, the Devol Brewers decision, we spoke about it. Hardik Pandya batting at number 7. Do you see that to be a really bad call from himself? Because he could have come and batted number 5. Like, to be very honest, he's someone who likes batting up top. He's someone who likes to take up the responsibility. What is the rationale behind him batting at number 7? Because it does not make any sense for me.
I think it's just because of the quality or kind of players that Mumbai Indians
Deepak,
have.
yeah,
And
we are going to be talking about RCB versus PB case in this very video. Just give us another 5-10 minutes. We will be getting
yeah,
into that aspect as well, and the coming games. So stay tuned. We are heading into that.
yeah, I think Hardik Pandya came in at number 7 just because of the quality of or the talent of players that Mumbai Indians have right now. You cannot slot in a. I feel that Tilak Verma yesterday came in to bat at number 5, and I think he batted one position lower. I would rather have Devil Brevis as a sort of finisher and ask him to finish the job for the team. I know they have the likes of Tim David and Nehal Vadera is going to come in the future. But Tilak Verma is a player that can come in at number 3, number 4. Number 3 was an experiment from them getting in Namandhir. But at number 4, I think it was Tilak Verma that should have come in at number 4, because once Surya Kumar Yadav is back, I think this batting order, Namandhir is probably not going to play then. And you'll have Surya Kumar Yadav come in at number 3, and then Tilak Verma at number 4, and probably Hardik Pandya at number 5 is the logical way to go. And then I would not probably have this Devil Brevis in my team. or probably even if you have him, you can use him as a finisher, because Mumbai Indians is stacked with top order batsmen. And Hardik Pandya, over recent times, we have seen him that he prefers to bat earlier down the order, and he cannot really come in and finish the job for you like he used to. And this is a criticism that he has been receiving for quite some time now, a constructive criticism at that, because you see Hardik Pandya come in and try to play a Dhoni sort of a role, apply himself in, take the game as deep as possible, and then try to finish it. And that does not always come good for you. It works for you if it works for you on 6 out of 10 occasions, but you will end up losing 4 out of 10 games which you shouldn't lose.
दीपक, इसी वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे पीबीकेएस और आरसीबी के बारे में। सो जस्ट स्टे पेशेंट, हमारे साथ जुड़ के रहिए और हम बात करेंगे पीबीकेएस आरसीबी के मैच के बारे में। तो इसी वीडियो में बात करेंगे, जुड़ के रहिए। अगले अगले 10 मिनट या 15 मिनट में हम बात ही करेंगे आरसीबी और पीबीकेएस मैच के बारे में भी। सो लेट्स गेट बैक इनटू द गेम दैट वाज जीटी वर्सेस एमआई, बट आई थिंक वी हैव टू टॉक अबाउट दैट आरआर's game as well. What do you make
Yeah.
of the RR game? Because I personally felt, RR really showed what they can do with impact sub, because they really use an impact sub to their own favor. They knew they had having a good day with the bat. Why don't we get an impact sub as an Andre Berger? And he bowled brilliantly alongside Trent Bolt. That team looks really good at this point. Remember, there is Josh Butler and Yashasvi did not even have to click. Sanju Samson did click.
Mhm.
Riyan Parag batting at number 4 showed glimpses of what he can possibly do as well.
Well, Riyan Parag was really lucky. You have to get that first ball. He could have been caught. He could have been caught at 29 as well. But he did convert that start and scored a 43, which he hasn't done for Rajasthan Royals in recent times. He didn't get this opportunity. We were, if you remember, we have been promoting, we have been asking Riyan Parag to come in ahead of, say, a lot of players, because number 4 is a position that really suits his game, suits his play. And I think given the opportunity, he really delivered yesterday. And Sanju Samson is one of those players that really starts well, starts the season brilliantly, and then it is difficult for him to maintain this sort of form as we go deep into the IPL. But if you remember Sanju Samson's performances across the IPL, across the last 4 or 5 seasons, you would see that the majority of his runs he has scored in the first 2 or 3 games. So it's brilliant from Sanju Samson that he got that 82, 80 odd runs knock. But I would be very, very interested to see how Sanju Samson works after the first 3 or 4 games, because he's not able to continue his form throughout in the long run. And that has really hindered his chances of making it more consistently into the Indian team. So I think
I agree.
that he'll have to work on. From the impact sub point of view, I think Nandre Burger, once again, brilliant substitution. And I think the way they use Sandeep Sharma as well, and you have to give credit where credit is due, because when Sandeep Sharma came into bowl in the 15th over, it was Lucknow's game to lose, because Nicholas Puran and KL Rahul had stabilized the ship. They were looking to take the game home, and 49 runs of 4 overs is not really difficult to chase down in modern times with 6 wickets in hand when you have the likes of Marcus Stoinis, Kunal Pandya still to come. But the way in which Sandeep Sharma stuck to his plan and bowled the way he did, and more credit, Sandeep Sharma deserves most of the credit. Well, Trent Bolt is an amazing bowler. He'll give you those wickets at the top of the order. But Sandeep Sharma, 5 years back or 3 years back, he was an opening bowler who was absolutely useless in the death overs. The way he has molded his game, changed his game depending on the need of the franchise to come in as a death over specialist is something very, very commendable.
Yeah,
Something which you really need to respect. A bowler like Mohit Sharma and a bowler like Sandeep Sharma needs to be respected. The way they have changed
I
their
agree.
game for the betterment of the franchise.
I agree. I mean, that's totally, you have to give credit to both of the captain Sandeep Sharma and everybody around the team to back them to really go out there and deliver. And I think Sandeep Sharma's spell was game changing. And maybe give credit to Avesh Khan as well for a good last over. But to be very honest, that game was done and dusted way before it. And all
Yeah.
thanks to Ashwin's 17th over as well, who bowled brilliantly there. And also Sandeep Sharma, who really took the game away. And for LSG, they'll have so much to think about, especially when it comes to the pace bowling artillery. I think they're slightly weaker on their pace bowling. Yash Thakur, Mohsin Khan, inexperienced, and they do not have it. I mean, when we spoke about in the preview as well, we didn't mention that they have issues with their pace bowling, and that's got to really impact them in the long run. And you saw that, on a good wicket when there's not a lot of turn, their pace ballers do not really come into play on good wickets. So that's going to be an issue throughout this IPL, and we'll see how LSG counters that. Let's go to the KKR versus SRH game before we talk about today's game as well. I mean, what a game that was, right? I mean, incredible game of cricket, to be very fair. You thought SRH had it. It was SRH's game to lose in the last over, and they lost it all thanks to Harshit Rana. I loved Harshit Rana, to be very fair. The whatever he showed aggression, you want to see that from young fast bowlers. Otherwise, I've seen fast bowlers being, dropping their shoulders, especially the young ones who do not have the confidence. And this guy just won it on his grit and steel. I mean, let's be honest, it was
Exactly.
not from he was not bowling fire bullets, right? He bowled
Hmm.
those slower balls with grit, and that's something which you need. You need confidence to do that. You need captains backing, you need coaches backing, and he himself believed in himself. I think Andre Russell is the one who gave the interview saying that he wanted the ball. I
Hmm.
mean, went for a six in the first ball, and still to make a comeback to pick up Klassen and Shahbaz, outstanding, isn't it?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And then to hold the nerve to bowl against Pat Cummins in the last delivery as well. Five needed of one ball. As a KKR fan, I have seen the game end on the other side on multiple occasions. Ravindra Jadeja finishing it, Dwayne Bravo, and from CSK at that. CSK have
Yeah, I remember
scored
that.
five
Rajat
runs on the
Bhatia
last
bowling.
delivery. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I
of
remember that.
KKR plenty of times, numerous occasions we have seen teams come back and beat KKR when five runs are needed of one delivery. There has been one team that hasn't been able to get over KKR in these sort of close matches, and that has been RCB. But more about that later. But I think it was brilliant from KKR to hold Sunrisers Hyderabad, especially seven needed of five with Klassen going the way he was. And first of all, I think it was KKR's game to lose because 76 needed of four overs. You don't expect any team to lose. Sunrisers Hyderabad batted absolutely brilliantly. Klassen hitting seven sixes. Shahbaz Ahmed coming in and scoring those 16 of four deliveries and really putting a lot of pressure on the KKR bowlers. And then Harshit Rana coming in and showing the 25 crore player how exactly it is done. Mitchell Stark bowling that penultimate over. I think the
He went as
I
much
think
as his price tag, even more than his price tag with the number of runs he gave
he went for
in that one
26
over.
exactly. He went more than his price tag. And I think if I were Mitchell Stark right now, I would have given back 13 crores to the franchise and said it was a very very bad investment. Anyway, I'll play the other 13 games, but I don't deserve this sort of pay because 26 crores for 24.8 crores, if I'm not wrong, for that kind of performance is not something that anybody would expect or anybody would get should get. And KKR has ended on this on the wrong side of the auction on multiple occasions. We saw this with Pat Cummins as well. The
Yeah.
time KKR purchased him for 15.8 crores, came in
Yes.
and considered 50 odd runs in 3 overs or 4 overs against Mumbai Indians.
Hmm.
But since then he bounced back. It is going to be interesting to see
But
how Mitchell Stark
let's be
bounces back.
honest, this game could have been never KK. This was a pendulum, right?
Yeah,
SRH was on in the game from the first 10 overs.
51
Picked
for
up
4.
four wickets, 51 for four. And if not for Russell and Phil Salt played a very good knock there.
Well,
Honestly, I feel
you
very
have to
good.
say the momentum started with the innings that Ramandeep Singh played.
Yeah, Ramandeep Singh was
Yeah, I
very
think he's
crucial
a player
there.
that he has got a great trade in from Mumbai Indians. It was surprising to see that he was substituted for Suyash Sharma because I feel Ramandeep Singh is another. We don't have many fast bowling all rounders in Team India. And I think the players that we get, I think we should give them opportunities. Going forward, I would like to see Ramandeep Singh bowl for KKR as well because we did see him bowl for Mumbai Indians in the past, and he's not a very bad option. He's not a very good
Yeah,
option
he's
as
pretty
well, but
decent. He can ball pretty
he's a
high
decent bowler.
130s, and he can bat well as well. He showed what he can do with the bat. So I think it's a good way to mold him. And I was very surprised as well, as you mentioned, when he got substituted off. Could have been ideally a Venkatesh Iyer, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe they trust him a little bit
Venkatesh Iyer,
more.
I don't see Venkatesh Iyer playing too many games if he plays the way he does. Because
Yeah,
I think if one thing is synonymous with KKR, which has been synonymous with KKR since 2017 IPL, has been their ability to play the power play, both with bat and ball. KKR are one of the worst teams with the bat in the power plays, and probably one of the worst with the ball as well in the power plays. They will the average. I think they have lost the most number. They have lost around 56 to 58 wickets in the last two seasons of the IPL. That is 28 games and 56 wickets in the power plays
wow.
itself.
I mean, that's not
And
that's not
that's I
that's not a
think
good stat at all.
that's
And
not a
both
good stat.
Nitish
And I think
Rana
it's
and
almost
Shreyas are
double.
not scoring any runs.
And the next best, I think after KKR, the next best or the next worst team is around 30-35 wickets. So KKR are clearly the worst team in the power plays with the bat, and that is
I
something you
agree.
don't expect with the opening combination that KKR. Well, Sunil Narayan was an experiment, but after that, Venkatesh Iyer, Phil Salt, you have the likes of Shreyas Iyer. The way he came back is not something ideal for KKR. So they'll have to tick a lot of boxes, but it's just the first game, so they'd be happy with the victory at least. Because if they would have
Yeah.
lost from there, it would have been a moral. a big, huge blow from a moral point of view as well.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, as I mentioned, this didn't look a KKR game, but then Russell really pulled things off for them, and to play that blinder of a knock, only Russell could have done it, and to take the score about 200 as well was outstanding from Russell, and also picking up wickets, picked up two crucial wickets at a juncture where SRH could have chased it down as well. So yeah, Russell once again proving to be the match winner for KKR. I think that's a big positive. Hope he stays fit throughout the season, so then KKR can really have a
He
very
was
good season.
batting,
But
he picked up two wickets, and he was fielding like a very committed fielding from him as well. If you see some of the boundaries that he saved in long off, I think that is a huge concern for KKR in terms of the injury. Everybody would hope that Russell is safe from injuries, but I would probably not mind him considering 2 or 3 extra runs on the field.
yeah.
If that means he'll be fit for the remainder of the tournament.
Yeah, I think he can save that with a couple of sixes as well. Those 2 runs he can back it up. So he can be
Exactly.
someone who gets that leeway around. But yeah, let's look forward to today's games. I mean, we also did mention there were a couple of games. Delhi, Rishabh Pant coming back. I think we'll just throw some light on that. What did you make of Rishabh Pant coming back? I mean, I felt Delhi again, as we discussed in the preview as well, looks like the worst team on paper and worst team on the field as
Yeah.
well. With the tactics, strategy. I know Abhishek Patel came and played a brilliant knock there, 31 odd runs, but at the end of the day,
But
Delhi
then that sort
Capitals
of a player
looks
you
like a
would have probably, if you knew Abhishek Porel is your hitter, is a player that can get you out of trouble, then he should have come in at number 5 instead of Ricky Bhui. Ricky Bhui shouldn't
exactly.
have featured in the team
Or you
itself.
should have played ahead of a Shea Hope as well. You had zero overseas
Yeah,
pace ballers. And that was just
exactly.
a ridiculous tactics. I didn't understand what was the tactics to go in with zero ballers. You had Ishan Sharma, once he got injured, you had nobody else to back it up. And it was a game where Delhi lost it on the field. And if not for the last over as well, Harshal Patel considering 26, 25 odd runs, I think that game
Hmm.
would have been over way before it. So Abhishek Patel tried to get Delhi into game for some extent, and Ishan Sharma getting injured did not really help them because he was bowling beautifully. Trust me, he really was
Exactly.
going through a good spell there. But yeah, that's about from the game. Just look at today's game: RCB versus Punjab Kings. RCB coming off a loss, and RCB is back in Chinnaswamy. Punjab Kings, as just we mentioned, they had a very good game in terms of a lot of departments. They ticked the right boxes. Maybe except for Harshal Patel's bad over, they did a lot of right boxes in that game. Especially Liam Livingston looked good.
Hmm.
Sam Curran scoring a 50 looked very good. And also with the ball, I thought Rabada ball pretty well in comparison to last 2 seasons. He looked more confident using those two bounces strategy well. How do you see this game play out?
Exactly, and I think for Punjab Kings, even after the 26 runs that Harshal Patel considered, I feel that it was a 180, 190 sort of pitch, not a 170. I mean, Abhishek Porel batted brilliantly. Harshal Patel was once again caught napping in the final over. His tactics of using the slower balls to good effect, he has overused it plenty of times, and the criticism that he receives for being a medium pacer instead of a fast bowler is something that he deserves at this point, because
Yeah,
he was sticking to the same plan of bowling slower deliveries in and out, and Abhishek Porel was just waiting for it.
yeah,
But apart from that, I think Punjab Kings, if you talk about the bowling department, I think they have a pretty settled lineup with Rahul Chahar. They have three proper bowlers in Arshdeep Singh, Kagiso Rabada, and Rahul Chahar. I think on slower conditions, if they wanted, they could have gone in with a Nathan Ellis. But the way they trusted Rabada, that means that they are going to trust Rabada
I think especially
throughout.
this season with the new rule, I
Yeah,
think they'll trust Rabada a lot more.
exactly. They'll trust Rabada, and in today's game as well, you can expect Rabada ahead of a Nathan Ellis.
Yeah, in
And
Chinnaswamy, obviously you need that extra pace.
exactly. And but if you talk about the fourth and fifth bowling option, you have Harshal Patel, Sam Curran, and Harpreet Brar. These three combined to bowl the next 8 overs. On any given day, I feel this is the combination that most of the teams will target. And if you talk about RCB today, they should look to maximize the 8 overs from Harshal Patel, Sam Curran, and Harpreet Brar. And we have seen that they are not they does not have the fate to bowl a Sam Curran towards the later end of the game. We saw he bowled just the first over and then he was off in the last game itself.
Agreed,
That
agreed.
shows a lack of confidence that they have in Sam Curran as a death overs bowler. I hope that it is not something that they'll persist with throughout, because I don't see them having a great death overs lineup apart from Arshdeep Singh. Arshdeep has also over the last 2 years not been the very best in the death overs. He goes on to
Yeah,
concede way too many runs in the penultimate or the last
yeah.
over of the game.
Agreed.
And if you talk about Rabada, hasn't been his confidence shelf. We saw him bowl earlier in the innings. He did not bowl in the death overs. He completed his spell within the 16th or 17th over, which is uncharacteristic from him, because they are trusting a Harshal Patel and Arshdeep Singh to do the job for the team. And if they
Hmm.
continue to do that, I think RCB with shorter boundaries should target the likes of Harshal Patel, and for
I
that matter,
mean,
even
today it's
Arshdeep
very
Singh.
clear, right? Team winning the toss will look to chase because of the
Yeah.
conditions, obviously. And in Chinnaswamy, there is no other option. It's like a default button: win the toss, chase. It's very rarely that you see a team batting first until unless something is really off and you really back yourself. So, how do you see that play out, especially for RCB? Their bowling has also not been the best, right? They had a
Mhm.
very bad strategic call, especially against Chennai. Do you see them going with that same strategy because now the square boundaries are much shorter? And even if you use short ball and in Chinnaswamy with those miss hits going for sixers, do you see them use that ploy? Or do you see them like, you know what, let's give them a bouncy wicket and let's test the likes of Prab Simran, let's test the likes of a young Jitesh Sharma or these lads? How do they come about it?
I think that would be a wiser option to have some sort of a bouncier track, because the kind of pace department or the kind of pace bowlers that RCB has, I don't think RCB has had the best auction as well. They have gone in with a lot of pacers, and they have brought in way too many pacers. They did not need so many pacers as much as they have gone. And I think in the first game itself, there should have been, or there should be some criticism for the way they picked their team as well. Unless Riz Topley is injured, picking in a Alzari Joseph ahead of a Riz Topley, I think, was a blunder on their part. And the likes of Alzari Joseph and Cameron Green bowling in the death overs without any plan, without the plan B. They had just that one plan of bowling six short deliveries in an over, and they were caught founding. You could see Shivam Dube wait on the back foot, just rotate the ball around, pick the gaps, and not really focus or be concerned about the Yorker. Alzari Joseph did manage to nail one Yorker. That was the last delivery that went for leg by's boundary. And you could see that Chennai Super Kings were almost anticipating a short ball every delivery. And that is why they were caught founded, or I mean, they were caught surprised in the last delivery that was a Yorker. So I think the game plan was blunderous, and it lost them the game against CSK. But I think they
You
should
just feel
put
like
that
even
behind them.
Faf as a captain looked a little out of sorts, right? He just didn't know what
Exactly.
was happening.
Faf as a captain looked out of sorts, and I mean, RCB started off brilliantly in the power play, but once Mustafizur Rahman came in, I think with the bat as well, RCB would be very very disappointed, because well, Mustafizur Rahman did bowl well, but he did not bowl well enough to pick up 4 wickets in the first 2 overs. It was looking like the batters did not have uh, a particular score in mind that they want to go to after 20 overs. They did not have a specific plan. They was just trying to hit the ball, hit every ball out of the park. And that is where I think the likes of Maxwell, I know he's a very not just Maxwell, I think Rajat Patidar has a lot to prove in this game as well. He has been in bad form in the test series, and the way he played in the 3 balls that he played in the game against CSK will not give him much of confidence either. So I think a good start from Rajat Patidar is what is needed off the bat. And from a bowling point of view, I don't see them changing too much. I think finally Riz Topley should come in. And the third pacer was a surprise as well. Nobody expected a Yash Dayal to play ahead of a Akashdeep. At
But
least
he
I
bowled
did
really
not
well, I
expect that.
felt.
Yeah, he bowled well. He bowled well given the conditions, but he was lucky enough to complete his spell, or complete the 3 overs that he bowled towards the earlier end, because once again, yes, Dayal, the way he was bowling, I think he would have traveled
Maybe
in
you can
the
use
death
Yash
overs.
Dayal as an opening bowler and to bowl the first 3 overs because that's what I see him. I don't think Yash Dayal is a death overs bowler either way. So that's why, and I think RCB
Yeah,
should
that can
look to use
happen,
it
but
that way.
then how do you use Mohammad Siraj? Because if you're playing
Mohammad
Reece
Siraj,
Topley,
I think Mohammad Siraj should be used 2 overs up top, 2 overs in the death. I think that's the way you will
mhm.
go with Mohammad Siraj, and
But if
whoever
Reece
it is,
Topley comes in,
Alzari.
you have to play a Reece Topley and Mohammad Siraj to open the bowling for you. And then I don't see Yes Dayal getting up place.
And that's why I don't think Reece Topley is going to play, to be very honest. But
Okay.
it's upon RCB to make that call. Who is a better choice? I still
And
think
I don't know,
Lockwood.
even if you wanted to go for express pace, I don't know what Alzari Joseph has done in recent times. Yes,
Yeah, I
he
think I
has.
always felt Lockie Ferguson was a better
Lockie
choice in
Ferguson
that
was a
sense.
better choice, exactly. And I think he has much more, you can say, pedigree with the ball as well. In terms of if you compare him with an Alzari Joseph, I think it was a blunderous call to go ahead with the Alzari Joseph, given the team that they had or the options
I
that they
agree.
had.
I agree. And that's about it from us for this particular day. Thank you all for joining this particular stream as well. I once again urge you all to check out our course on Mad About Sports and Cricket Analytics. So fill the Google lead form, and we will get in touch with you to help you with your career and how you should be taking next further steps. So stay in touch with Mad About Sports and watch our videos, like to this video, and also subscribe to our channel if you're new here. That certainly helps us to bring more of these content. Have a good time, all of you. See you all very soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye, guys.